This is your AESH Electric Energy News Minute for Tuesday, April 19, 2022. In mainstream news, CNBC reports, Japanese car giant Honda targets electric vehicle expansion, earmarks billions for RAND. Honda plans to invest around 5 trillion yen, $39.9 billion, in electrification and software technologies over the next 10 years, with the Japanese automotive giant aiming to launch 30 electric vehicle models worldwide by 2030. In a statement Tuesday, the company said approximately 3.5 trillion yen would go toward research and development expenses, with 1.5 trillion yen focused on investments. Honda said it would target an EV production volume of over 2 million units per year in 2030. Its total budget for RAND expenses in this timeframe would amount to roughly 8 trillion yen, or approximately $63.9 billion, it said. Bloomberg headline, U.S. natural gas surges to 13-year high on global supply crunch. U.S. natural gas prices surged to the highest intraday level in over 13 years as robust demand tests drillers' ability to expand supplies. Futures rose as high as $7.558 per million British thermal units, topping January's short squeeze-fueled rally and roughly double levels from the start of the year. A global fuel crunch is rippling across markets as suppliers struggle to meet a post-pandemic surge in consumption, further exacerbated by the war in Ukraine. While U.S. natural gas prices have remained well below rates in Europe and Asia for the past year thanks to a bounty of shale fields, that discount has been shrinking. The Financial Times reports, Mexican president's radical energy reform defeated in Congress. Wall Street Journal headline, Hampton's opponents hound offshore wind power project. A dozen giant wind turbines are on track to start spinning roughly 50 miles offshore from some of the country's ritziest beach towns. That is unless last-ditch efforts by local residents can stop one of the country's first offshore wind projects. South Fork Wind will power 70,000 homes around East Hampton, New York, when it starts generating electricity next year. Construction began recently after a 6-year approval process from federal, state and local governments. Forbes headline, Green updates, electric vehicle sales surge as wider market collapses. Sales of electric vehicles, EVs, are booming against an overall backdrop of declining new car registrations, according to the latest industry data. The Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, SMMT, said March 2022 was a record month for battery electric vehicle, BEV, sales. Compared with the same period last year, BEV sales were up almost 79% to more than 39,000 units, with U.S. car maker Tesla responsible for about a third of these sales. BBC reports, Energy Strategy, UK plans 8 new nuclear reactors to boost production. Up to 8 more nuclear reactors could be approved on existing sites as part of the UK's new energy strategy. The strategy, which aims to boost UK energy independence and tackle rising prices, also includes plans to increase wind, hydrogen and solar production. But experts have called for a bigger focus on energy efficiency and improving home insulation. Consumers are facing soaring energy bills after the Russian invasion of Ukraine pushed gas prices even higher. Under the government's new plans, up to 95% of the UK's electricity could come from low-carbon sources by 2030. EnergyLiveNews.com reports, Shell and Uniper combine for UK blue hydrogen production. Shell and Uniper have joined forces to produce blue hydrogen at Uniper's Killingholme power station site, in the east of England. The facility will have a capacity of up to 720 megawatt and use carbon capture and storage, as well as gas reformation technologies to generate the hydrogen. This will then be used as fuel to decarbonize industry and transport, as well as providing power to the Humber region. The companies have stated that the production of blue hydrogen at the site could result in up to 1.6 million metric tons of carbon being captured each year. PowerGrid.com reports, TECO's new floating solar array now online. In March, a new 1 MW floating solar array went online in Gibsonston, Florida. The array, which is owned by Tampa Electric, TECO, will help the utility meet its goal of having net zero carbon emissions by 2050. The solar panels sit atop an existing pond at the 1.8 GW coal-fired Big Bend power station. The panels take up about 3 acres of the 14-acre pond and are anchored to pilings around the shoreline, similar to a boat being tied to a dock, said the utility in a press release. This has been your AESH Electric Energy News Minute for Tuesday, April 19, 2022. If you want more global electric energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.